2 years ago, I made a video making this claim.
Did you know that nowhere in the Bible does God command you to give 10% of your income to the church?
Now, I got a ton of comments telling me how evil I am and how I am so wrong to share this. But before we pick up the pitchforks and start a witch hunt, let's listen to what I said one more time.
Nowhere in the Bible does God command you to give 10% of your income.
Nowhere in the Bible is a modern day Christian commanded to give 10% of their income. Like specifically that number, 10%. Now, I go on to say later in the video that Christians are absolutely commanded to be generous. In fact, far more and above and beyond 10% in some occasions. I was not then, nor am I now, advocating for Christians to not be generous with what God has given us. I was specifically pointing out that the figure 10%, whilst, yeah, maybe a good rule of thumb, is not the command. The command is to foster generosity in one's heart. Regardless of the dollar amount, that's the goal. I think my view is summarized really well by C.S. Lewis. I do not believe one can settle how much we ought to give, and I'm afraid the only safe rule is to give more than we can spare. In other words, if our expenditure on comforts, luxuries, amusements, etc. is up to the standard common among those with the same income as our own, we are probably giving away too little. So once again, with all love that I have in my heart, commenter, make sure you're actually arguing the point that the video is trying to make, not what you think the argument is. Otherwise, you end up looking kind of foolish. And I want to spare you and the body of Christ of that embarrassment.
Christian boys!